Do you ever just really get the itch to do something creative? Like some people, when they get that itch, will sit down and write a song or draw a picture, or write a movie, which I do sometimes, but really I enjoy making movies. What's difficult about that is that you can't exactly just pick up your camera and go make a movie. I was thinking about this dilemma and how I really was pent up with sort of this creative energy, and I remembered what I did a while ago, which was creating an entire movie or short film. It wasn't a movie, it was like 2 minutes long, but making that entire film out of stock footage. I created that original film or short because it was the start of COVID and there was just no way to go out and make a movie. Like you just couldn't do it. People weren't doing it. And so I partnered with ArtGrid and we made a movie. I made a movie, short film. I don't know why I keep calling, I'll just call it a movie. It's not a movie, but you know. That one turned out pretty good. It was a little bit basic. Like it was a little bit cookie cutter, inspirational, which a lot of people liked, but not super artistic, and I'm feeling a little artistic. So I think it's time for round 2. And this time I was thinking I would take you with me through this whole process. Every single movie starts the same way. I don't care if it's a Hollywood production or if it's just a little thing that you're making out of stock footage in your bedroom. Everything starts with a story that you want to tell. And that can either be a visual story or it can be an auditory story, something that you're telling, something that you're actually hearing, not watching. Now, videos combine these two, and so it's important to strike that balance, but since I'm just going to be working with stock footage, you have to focus mainly on the auditory version of storytelling. Stock footage is good, it'll look pretty, and you can use it to kind of convey certain emotions, but you're never going to have something perfect. You're not going to be able to tell a really complete, true, original story only through stock footage, at least not one that would most likely hold people's attentions. Maybe you can, maybe you're really good at this, but I'm not that good, so everything that I make is really importantly lined out first in audio, at least as far as the stock footage videos go. I wouldn't be making this video if I didn't already have a creative idea, and I do, and it's weird. So I am not sure how well this is gonna turn out. This might be really, really weird. I am not a poet, but the audio for this film is sort of a poem because I don't know how else to explain it. It's a bunch of words that I guess are supposed to mean something. Normally after the writing process, the next step in creating a movie is pre-visuals, or previs as it's normally known, which is usually something like animation or, you know, super basically what I do, which is storyboarding. When you're dealing with something like stock footage, I can't really storyboard stuff because I'm not shooting the actual footage. So at least in this case, I have a general idea of what I want to put onto the screen alongside the words and alongside the audio, but you know, it's not really a way to go any deeper into the previs unless I actually went on and looked at the footage and tried to do that, but that's just not how it flows for me. It's just not how it works. So you gotta move on to the next step. And what's the next step? It's recording. I could record audio in my room. It's not gonna be that great though because I don't have any soundproofing. I've got a little bit of stuff, like if I shove myself in the corner, it turns out okay, and I've done that before. But I wanna try something new, and this is a bit of a hack for you. If you don't have a studio, we're gonna make one real quick. I got this idea from, well, sort of just myself, but then I consulted the all-knowing internet to see whether it would work and whether people have done it before, and they have, so my idea was kind of notarized. I moved the car outside because the lighting's better outside. Let's abandon the tripod, go shaky handheld, and yeah, show you my little trick. All you want to do is completely cover this entire car with blankets, which is why I brought my blankets. And just like that, you have kind of like a little makeshift sound studio. I got this blanket up here completely blocking the front because I don't want any audio bouncing off of the dash or the windshield up there. This will nicely isolate the audio, and hopefully I'm gonna get some good results. Now I record the audio with my camera, so I'm not gonna be able to record myself looking really dumb and stupid doing some voice recording, but I think you'll get kind of a general idea. I'll leave it up to your own imagination. Now that that's done, we can get to the actual stock footage stuff, the interesting stuff. So, I lied, we're not quite ready for the stock footage yet. That comes second to last. Now that we've got the audio recorded, what we want to do is splice it together. You know, just a quick edit through, make sure I get all the good takes, do all that, polish all that up, put it down in the editor. Now we've got all the basic audio lined up, which is me talking in dialogue with myself and just some music. Now I add the music with the regular dialogue because I like to time the dialogue to the music a little bit. So I might do the dialogue first and then space it out once I pick the music and I add the music to it. And it just allows it to flow a little bit nicer. That's just how I like to do things. I am realizing that it is going to be a little spooky. It's going to be a little weird, just like I said. Just like I predicted, it's a little weird. But I'm liking it. I think it's sounding pretty good. So we can move on finally to using the stock footage. And with this process, I always go into ArtGrid. I'll pick out a bunch of shots that I think will go well with the whole piece, and I put them into a collection. Now they sit in that collection until I'm ready to download them and put them into the actual video. Why am I not going to download all of the videos at once? Well, because they're gonna take multiple gigabytes of storage, and I don't want to download a bunch of shots that I won't actually end up using in the final footage, because it turns out when I edit things in, shots are longer or shorter than I expect them to be, and just with finessing that and messing with it, you'll figure out that you don't need as many shots as you collected. At least I usually over collect. If you're planning on doing this, if you're planning on making a video out of only stock footage, I do recommend that if your editing software allows it and your computer can process it, to edit in log footage. I'm doing this in 4K log, which takes up a lot of space, but that log color profile allows me to make the colors of the different clips match up and make it feel a little bit it's hard to speak, a little bit more cohesive. We've got video, and a lot of people might think, okay, cool, you can stop now, you've got your audio and you've got your video, but we're missing two important things. Number one, we're missing sound effects. It's really important for the immersiveness of your videos. We're talking fire effects, wind effects, just general lake ambiance, drones, not like drones, but like drones. All of this stuff adds to the general feel of your footage, and you can make somebody feel really comfortable, or you can make somebody feel really uncomfortable with your sound design. So that's very important. Okay, I just finished the sound effects, and it's a lot. I've never used that many sound effects before, and I think that's a good thing. I think I'm improving. Maybe I'm overdoing it. Let me know. But now that that's done, we've got one final step, which is color grading. Now, I'm not much of a colorist. Some people are crazy good at color grading. I kind of just know enough to get by. So all I'm gonna do is tweak some of the temperature, the tint, contrast, just kind of make everything look a little bit cohesive and pretty. I'm not gonna mess with skin tones or anything like that, because that's more advanced stuff that I don't know how to do, and I just don't really feel like doing. I don't really have the time to do. So now that my quick little color grade is finished, the video, it's done. You can hit export.
The deep is cool, still. Draw on your breath.
Breathe.
Do you reject my gift? We love you so. Do not look upon the sun. It will burn your eyes and ever hide the beauty of the night.
Look.
Don't worry, little one. You will not suffer the sun. Safety has returned in silence. The dim births many friends. Why do you not embrace me as they do? not seek a companion.
Higher, higher, higher.
The sun is gone. Why gaze to nothing? Join the nocturne animals in Jubilee.
The feast of the beast.
If you seek height, dance with us to the mountaintop. You will not go higher.
Higher, higher, higher.
Dog, do not look to the stars. You compare not to the dimmest among them.
Reach.
Remember the sun, he will blind you. How will you dance with the animals? They will not follow. The Jubilee will go no higher.
Trust.
You cannot abandon, they love you so. To leap is folly. To leap is folly. To...
Welcome home. Welcome home.
Hello everybody, and thank you for watching my film made entirely out of stock footage and my own voice talking to myself. It was weird. I know it was weird. I'll be the first to admit that. But I tried to at least tell a bit of a story that I found interesting to myself. And if you thought it was interesting too, well, I'm glad. And I was just glad that you could watch it and experience it with me.